listening to CSL Dallas. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As you're finding your way to your seats now, we just want to say welcome to everybody who's watching us at CSL Dallas. Whether you're here for your first time or you call CSL Dallas your spiritual home, we are grateful that you made it here today. As a reminder, you can find inspirational content, information on all our upcoming courses, and ways to stay connected to your spiritual family by visiting csldallas.org. We have so much in store for you today, so let's get started by pitting our hands together and welcoming the CSL Dallas music team.
1, 2, ready, and...
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day.
This healing, this healing, this healing day.
This healing, this healing, this healing day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day.
This healing, this healing, this healing day.
This healing, this healing, this healing day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day.
This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day.
This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day.
Thank you for my friend, Spirit, thank you for my friend.
Thank you for my friend, Spirit, thank you for my friend.
My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friend.
My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friend.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day.
This healing day.
This healing, this healing, this healing day.
This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
Welcome to Sunday celebration at CSL Dallas. We're grateful that you are staying spiritually connected with us today via live stream. This month's theme is Together We Rise 2.0. And no matter what's going on, we rise together as a community. Come hang out with us on social media, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share with anyone who may be looking for lots of positive, practical spirituality. CSL Dallas is a special place to call your spiritual home because we are radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, all about transforming lives. If you thought you missed out on the opportunity to get your finances back on track to abundance, I have good news for you. Spiritual Economics, How to Live a More Abundant Life with Reverend Karen will start this Tuesday on September 14th, so you still have time to register. Don't miss learning proven spiritual principles and tools to once and for all live a prosperous life in the 6-week course. We've got another powerful course that you can starting on Thursday, September 23rd, Beyond the Law of Attraction. It's facilitated by Dr. Petra and practitioner Chris Miller. This 3-week course is a perfect way for you to learn how to attract who or what you want in your life. This community keeps giving ample ways to transform your life and keeps you spiritually grounded. We are so grateful that you were able to join us this morning and hope that you'll decide to support the good works in our community by making a generous contribution. Please know that your giving allows us to do so much good work in the world, and we appreciate you. There are a few ways that you can give online. You can donate on Facebook, you can donate at csldallas.org, or you can text give by texting to 972-954-4404. As we reflect on the abundance that is always available to us, please sink into in this moment.
In this moment, God is all there is. In this moment, God is all there is. In this moment, God is all there is. I claim it to be so, and so it is. In this moment, God is all there is. In this moment, God is all there is. In this moment, God is all there is. I claim it to be so, and so it is. In this body, in this body, God is all there is. In this body, God is all there is. In this body, God is all there is. I claim it to be so, and so it is.
Inviting you to go within in this moment, remembering that God is all there is. Wherever we are, whatever we are doing, it is God expressing in us and through and each one of us in this moment and every moment. So we take a moment to remember, to reflect on that moment 20 years ago when our world literally changed before our eyes. And we remember the heroes, we remember the helpers, we remember the lives that were lost yet not forgotten. We remember the unity that arose out of the ashes. And we remember that that is who we are, that together we are stronger. Together we rise, no matter what the circumstance or human condition. So it is in that place this morning that we stand, remembering that the power of the collective is so much greater than the individual. Setting aside division, coming together and seeing through the eyes of God, with the eyes of God, being the peace, being the love, being who we have come here to be. So in this moment, we remember, and we move through this service and into our day, grounded in that knowing, grounded in that truth, that right here, right now, we are the love that we have come here to be. And we affirm this together by saying, and so it is.
Moment, God is all there is. In this morning, God is all there is. In this body, God is all there is. I claim it to be so, and so it is. I speak this word, I speak this truth, I speak my word for myself and for you, and I rejoice, for God is my voice, God is the source
right about here.
This song is called Living the Light, and written by myself and Michael Gott. those I love, and in the space that lies between. Through our tears and through our joys, God is waiting to be seen. Oh, all is well. All is well. I'm living the light
Thank you so much, Lainey, and our fabulous house band, Kirby and Brad and Jonathan and Matt. Thank you for that beautiful song, Lainey. All is well. So you might have noticed that we're missing two key ingredients to our normal Sunday celebration, Dr. Petra and Reverend Karen. They are both under the weather a little bit, so we're just sending them healing prayers this morning, knowing that they are being renewed, restored in this very moment, and truly all is well with each of them. So for the Sunday message, fortunately, through the magic of our technology and our enormous CSL Dallas talk library, we are reprising one of Reverend Karen's talks, By Me Taking Responsibility, that she actually gave about a year ago. So the universe always provides. So this is Reverend Karen 2.0, By Me Taking Responsibility.
There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. That's a great compilation of the 4 states and stages of consciousness. And that's what we're going to be talking about all this month. We had an overview last week by Dr. Petra, and we described how these states and stages are in our life and how we can develop and move into, stage 2 and stage 3 and stage 4 of consciousness. This is all about attitude. Stage 2 is about by me. By me. And it's attitude. It's this attitude of I can manifest, that there are universal principles and practices that I can use for my greater good, that I can govern my own life, I can use them. It's my consciousness. It's not yours, it's my consciousness. That I can do my own spiritual practice. I can do my own spiritual mind treatment. I can learn how to do this. I can control and direct my life in the direction that I want to put it in. It's about the power of my attention and my intention. And it's truly about directed spiritual work of attitude and affirmation. What is my attitude and what am I affirming? The great news is that we get to decide. We get to decide and choose what it is we want. But before we can even get there, many times we're in this stage 1. And this before we can get to stage 2, we tend to come from a stage 1. I don't know about you. It's not like you're done with the stage and it's forever gone. This stage pops up a lot. And it's this why me? It's this unconscious stage. It's that, one could say, victimhood state. And the only way to move from the unconscious victimhood state is to go through a portal, and that portal is responsibility. Wow. All right. How'd that feel when I said that word? What came up for you when I say it's your responsibility? That's the portal, that we have to take responsibility. Did you cringe? Well, it's a one-way street. The only way to move from stage 1 into stage 2, where we can control our life, is to take responsibility. Responsibility of what? Well, we can certainly take responsibility for our thoughts. We can take responsibility for our feelings. Perhaps recently or right now, you're feeling stressed. So many people that I am talking to in our community are feeling stressed. There's so much to do. The to-do list is just spread like a virus, it seems. And can I take responsibility when I'm stressed, which never happens to me? Can I take responsibility when I'm stressed of not spewing that all over the place? When I feel out of control, am I spewing that energy? Am I spewing it all over the place that I can't finish anything, I can't get it all done, I'm stressed, how am I going to do this? Well, this portal is I can take responsibility for my thoughts, for my feelings. We can take responsibility for our behaviors. And it's the only thing that's going to move us out of stage one. When life is overwhelming, and it feels overwhelming, I can take responsibility for breathing. That's what I can do right in that moment. I can take responsibility for breathing. I can take responsibility for affirming that life itself, Spirit, God, that universal presence knows how to get this done, that knows how to do this, that has inexhaustible energy, that which is greater than me knows how to do this. I can take responsibility for that. Now, taking responsibility doesn't mean that we're necessarily taking responsibility for the condition. It's very important. It's not taking responsibility for the condition. It's taking responsibility for my presence in the condition. When the condition arises and it's here, I'm taking responsibility for what is my presence? What is my energy? What are my thoughts? What are my feelings? And I begin to, as I do that, I move into a new space. I move into a place and take responsibility for that. Okay, is my energy grounded? Is my energy positive? Is my energy affirming? What are my thoughts in this moment? What am I thinking right now? In this overwhelmed, stressed out moment. What are my words? What are my actions? So that's what we're to take responsibility for. And when we do this, we have a measure of control over this condition. In this case, of feeling an overwhelm or stressed. And as I have a measure of control over it, then that begins to change my experience. And as it begins to change my experience, that ultimately changes that condition. This is the power of this portal called responsibility. Now, I can attract more money. I can take responsibility for my demonstrations, for my own healing, because I'm using the spiritual laws in a very concrete way and in a deliberate manner. That's some radical responsibility. But it doesn't mean taking it all the way to another kind of radical responsibility. You don't have to take responsibility for everything you created. Hey, I didn't create the hurricane, for example. We can just take responsibility for that which is our part in whatever's going on. Sometimes I do create some things, and I have to take responsibility for that. I create some things because of false beliefs. I know that, okay, I created this. A year ago, Petra and I went on an incredible vacation. It's something that I had planned for over 2 years. It was a dream vacation of mine. And some of you know this. And it cost a lot of money. We saved for that. And all I wanted to do was to be able to take pictures of bears and go on a bear trip and take pictures of bears. And so I found a great trip on a sailboat, small sailboat. Only 8 people could go. And it was in British Columbia in the Great Bear Rainforest. I wanted to go see spirit bears. Boy, did I plan that. I was looking forward to it. I just was ready. And we got there. We were packed, ready, arrived. We got on the boat on a Sunday afternoon. I was just so thrilled. I couldn't believe it. Dream come true. And the next morning, on Monday morning, it was our first excursion, and I couldn't wait. And I'm like, there's beauty everywhere. I'm in awe. And we get in the little dinghy boats. Very first time getting the dinghy boats. And I asked this young professional photographer, like, well, should I take this lens or this lens? What? She was like, well, you might need this and this and this. So I took my whole pack, 40 pounds of pack of my equipment, and little wader boots, rubber boots. And here I go. I just can't wait. We landed. We're on shore. And our guide said, okay, we're going to go down this river because there's probably some grizzlies down here. I was so stoked. We needed to maneuver around a tree. One gentleman went in front of me, and I watched him, and I went, okay, that looks pretty good, but it was a very tight space with some roots to go around this big tree because there was a little drop-off. And so I started, and I went around the tree with my 40-pound pack, and it got caught. And I wobbled, and I said, help me. He couldn't hold me, not my weight, plus 40 pounds, and I went down and twisted my ankle like I've never done before. I knew I was in bad shape. And all I could think of was, why me? Why me? Why me? Oh, I was devastated. Devastated. And guess what? I started to shift the responsibility on anyone else around me I could. Oh, well, he should not have made us go by this tree with the 2-foot drop right there. That guy should have been able to handle me. The woman shouldn't have told me to take all these lenses. You see, I was spewing everywhere. And I was going to be on the boat with him for 10 days with a really busted ankle. In fact, I didn't know it was broken. So I had to take responsibility for 10 days for my thoughts and my feelings and the energy. How was I around people? How was I going to be with Petra, who had to now take care of me and help me? How was I going to be that I still could see all this stuff, but I couldn't go on every excursion because I could barely walk? So we can take responsibility. Did I create that? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was a false belief or not that created it. It could have just happened. It was an accident. But it was my responsibility in that moment, was how was I going to take this up? So that is the key. The key is, instead of asking, why me? The most empowered response and responsibility there is to move from why me to now what? Now what? Now what? How do I take that up? The why me is a rear view mirror. It's all about the past. It's already happened. The what now is about how am I going to take it up from this moment on? And this is a powerful portal when we go, what now? How am I going to take this up? Am I going to take this up angrily? Am I going to take this up belligerently? Am I going to take this up stressfully? Or I'm going to take this up in a positive way that will absolutely change this condition in this situation right here, right now, even if I didn't plan on this, and even if I didn't want this. And because I moved from why me to now what? The now what was, we stay on the boat, we make the most of it. I try to not be, the object of attention and let these people have their own trip that they plan. They didn't plan on me to break my ankle. And how can I make the most of it? And I did. I saw beautiful things, took beautiful pictures, and was in awe in every single day, even with a broken ankle. It's all about our attitude. And that's where We're going to talk about that next. So now we're in stage 2, and it's all about attitude. It's by me. So again, I can manifest. I can use these universal principles to bring the good that I want for my life and in my life. I can use them, and it's my consciousness, and it is my spiritual mind treatment. I can control and direct my life. Isn't that a wonderful thing for you to know? You can control and direct your life. And it's all about the power of intention and attention. And how we do this is about our attitude and our affirmation. And as we do this, we each get to know that I can manifest. I can manifest money. I can manifest great relationships, a beautiful marriage. I can manifest a work that I absolutely love to do and get paid for it handsomely. I can manifest what I desire. And we begin to understand that we each can do this. It's the I can do that attitude. And we each have a right to do that. It's very important that we each have a right. By the basis that we're here, we belong. And we each have a right to do this. And we learn the skills of discipline and discipline consciousness. That's what this is, by me. My discipline in my consciousness, my discipline in my intentionality. I begin to study these spiritual principles and understand what they are and take them up more. And most of all, put them into practice in my life and see that they work. It is by me. That feels so empowered to know that, to feel that. Feel that by me. It's my life. I don't have to follow in someone else's footsteps. I don't have to do what's expected of me or have a career that somebody else wants me to have or whatever it is. I can have it, I can be it, I can do it. It's a very powerful stage. And it is true that there is a power for good in the universe, and you can use it. This is what this stage is all about. We can each use it to heal our bodies. We can heal patterns that we don't want anymore. We can heal our own consciousness and to know that I'm not a victim of my past circumstances. We can heal that the culture, our surroundings, anything that's going on in our life does not have to impact it. I choose. It's the I choose. I get to choose how I want to take up my life. And that's specifically how you want to choose it. You can choose your friends, you get to choose your thoughts, and you get to choose everything in between. That's the good news, perhaps. Ernest Holmes tells us that the power of choice with which each person has been endowed is either one of the greatest blessings or greatest curse. Properly understood, it can lift you to the heights. Misunderstood, it can drag you to the depths. We are free to choose anything that we wish, but we must accept responsibility for our choices because inexorable law will create our experiences according to our choices. So we get to choose. Okay, the best example I know of in my life, and a big, huge aha for me, has to do with my photography. My photography. You know what? From the age of 16, I wanted to hold a camera in my hand. I fell in love with the camera when it was given to me for my 16th birthday. I'm a Canon girl, just so you know. Sorry, Nikon or Sony. But, you know, I was given a Canon. I'm still with the Canon. Canon, I'm not doing an advertisement for you. But I've learned how to hold a camera. But here's the rub for me. For 90% of the time, no, 95% of the time that I've held a camera, I put it on program. I put it on automatic. the A or the P. It's like the camera gets to choose what it's doing. It gets to choose its aperture. It gets to choose the shutter speed. It gets to choose the ISO. It's choosing that based upon when I point, it's sort of viewing the condition and the situation, and it chooses how to make it pretty, not me. The only thing I was choosing was the composition of the shot. Oh my gosh, little did I know. I started studying. I started studying the principles of photography. I started trying to understand them a little bit, but I still didn't pay that much time. But when I started to travel, when Petra and I got together and she wanted to travel too, I said, oh my gosh, I better learn. I better at least understand this a little bit more. So when we went to the Galapagos in 2016, I put it on this thing called AV, which means I get to control the aperture, how much light comes into the camera. When there's a lot of light, there's shallow depth of field. So I could take a picture of a blue-footed booby, and it's in focus, and everything else behind it is blurry. Then I started understanding I could also put it on TV, not the thing you watch. TV is shutter speed. So I could put it on TV because the blue-footed booby might be flying a little fast. So I'd at least capture it, but the depth of field was beyond my control, you see? So I might have controlled one thing, but the camera was still controlling the other two key things. So I studied more. And for that bear trip, I said, I need to know. I'm not going to pay all this money and go all the way there, this once-in-a-lifetime trip, and not get great pictures. So I started studying. And I used TV and AV, both, on that trip. Some pictures worked, some pictures didn't. The bear was blurry because the shutter speed wasn't fast enough when he was going after a salmon. I was devastated. I got some great shots, but not as many as I would have liked. So I studied the principles and I practiced more and more over this past year to prepare to go to South Africa. And then it happened. Oh. I decided to take a leap of faith. I decided to believe that I could truly be in control, and I went on manual. It was a big deal for me. I was scared to do that. I never forget the first day I went out, I put it on manual. That means I had to choose the shutter speed and the aperture and the ISO, all three. I was in control. It was by me. And in the beginning, it wasn't great. It wasn't pretty. But I kept studying and I kept practicing. And I can tell you in the past year, my pictures have just changed so much. And I will not ever go off a manual again. This is what this is about. We are in control. It is in me. This power is within me. It's within you. It's within each of us. And when we begin to realize that we each can do this, that it dwells in me, it dwells in you, then we each get to choose to be expressed the in me, by me, how I choose. So it truly, truly pays to learn about these universal principles, to learn about the universal laws, and to apply them. To practice them over and over and over again, because it truly is an empowering stage by me. By me. I get to choose my life and the direction of my life. And so this is what I know for you. Get on manual. It'll change everything. And so it is.
So let us go within, knowing that within this moment and every moment, that the power, the presence, the love, the divine intelligence of this universe is moving in, as, and through, and all around us, without exception. There is no one or no thing that can never fall outside of God. That each of us is woven into this tapestry of life that knows nothing of limitation, that knows nothing of size, that knows nothing of borders or boundaries. It only knows itself as the oneness and the allness and the wholeness of life expressing through each and every part of its creation. And so I know that I am the I am. I am this individualized expression of the divine, uniquely as me. And as I know that truth for myself, I absolutely know that truth for each one of you. That without exception, each one of us is the I am that I am. And how glorious to stand in that truth, to know that truth beyond a shadow of a doubt, and to live from that truth. So right here, right now, I claim and declare for each one that today is the day. Today is the day to stand in that truth, to move from that truth, to live from that truth of choice, of freedom, to create the life that each one of us has come here to be that light, to be that love, to be the joy and the peace, to give our individual gifts, to be the helping hand, to be the smile, to be that presence of the divine. And what I know to be true is that the universe only knows one answer, and that is to say yes. Yes to life, yes to more good, yes to more health, yes to more abundance, yes, yes, yes. And so it is from that place of knowing that I am in the driver's seat of my own life, and each one of you is in the driver's seat of your own life. And we are here to express, we are here to create, we are here to be the presence of love for each other. And we are here to shine our light and to be that presence whose light never fades, even in the darkest of moments. So it is from that place of light. It is from that place of peace that passes all human understanding. And it is from that place of unconditional love, knowing that life is for us. Life is forever and always seeking that greater expression of itself. That my heart overflows with gratitude. And I know that this prayer is answered from that place of the best and the highest good for each individual and all of humanity. I rest in that truth. I let it be, and so it is.
If you want to take more responsibility for your life, one thing that you can do is take courses at CSL. We've got a very popular course coming up on Tuesday night starting on October 5th. It's the Bible and New Thought, the New Testament. You've not heard the Bible talked about in this way. Your mind shall be blown and your heart opened wide by the stories and the metaphysical interpretations of the New Testament. Discover the gems of the metaphysical teachings of Jesus through the master teacher, Dr. Petra. Register for this 8-week course now and tell your friends about it. We are so excited about the good coming through CSL Dallas, including affirmative prayer. So get your affirmative prayer on. We have online, we have your own private practitioner will pray for you online, and you can see the link right there in the chat feed. So let's end this celebration by singing Love Be With You.
All together, hand in hand, we see the light, we take a stand, and we are changing. A whole new life for you and me. Take your past and set it free, and share this blessing. Love be with you, peace enfold you, spirit lift you, breathe it in, truth come through you, make it flow to you, let joy renew you till we meet again. Love be with you, peace enfold you, spirit lift you, breathe it in, truth come through you, make it flow to you, let joy renew you till we meet again. Love be with you.